Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. I'm about to tell you what happened on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So this is the finale of season 14, otherwise episode 17. Child, listen, Sutton didn't had it with these heifers. Sutton didn't had it. We find out Garcelle didn't had it. At the beginning of the season, we found out where we were introduced to Dorit not having it. I mean, who else ain't having it? Boy, and actually towards the end of this episode, Erika was letting them know she wasn't having it. I guess this is the I ain't having it season, or the I ain't having it episode. Child, Sutton was ticked off. Did y'all see the previous episode 16? Child, they was getting in Sutton's craw. But you know what? It's like, after reviewing and watching and remembering Sutton on the show, she has come for the ladies while they were down. Kicking somebody while they down. But I do stand 10 toes down and always saying when Dorit was coming really hard for Sutton, when Sutton yelled at her, you're not mad at me, you're mad at your life, whoop-de-whoop. I believe that to be true, more so than Sutton, more so than what Dorit was saying, how Sutton is trying to befriend and hold you up, but kicking you down. A little bit of what Sutton was doing was not at that point. Sutton was holding Dorit accountable, but in an indirect way. See, when you try and passively hold someone accountable, it can be misconstrued. I would love to have seen Sutton say, listen, I'm holding you accountable because woo-de-woo-de-woo, and because you said or did woo-de-woo-de-woo, this is what happened to me, woo-de-woo-de-woo. It's all about being direct, because all this indirect stuff only leads to folks saying they ain't having it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I believe Dorit was, infuriated with folks because she couldn't be infuriated with her husband, or based off of her being infuriated by her husband. I think we've all had that moment where, because we're stressed out over here and upset, we take it out on something else. But this episode, last episode, when they was on the boat first of all, they in St. Lucia and they can't get along. Well, they wasn't getting along before St. Lucia, and Bozoma knew that. So, but it sure would have convinced me to just, hey girl, how you doing? You look good in that. Mm-hmm. Whether it was whoever talking to who, you know what? Let's just argue when we get home. Let's play. It would have been just relaxation and all this getting stuff off your chest. Why can't you do that before you go on vacation? But it wouldn't make for good TV, I guess. Okay, well, that's enough of me ranting for like 5 minutes. Listen. So where we left off, the previous episode, after them reading or trying to read Sutton fulfill, Sutton had to step away, collect herself. She was ticked off to the highest ticktivity. Even Kathy tried to see about her. She was like, Kathy, I just need 20 seconds. Girl, you mean 20 minutes, the way you was carrying on. So we see her cussing under her breath. Mother I'm like, oh, wow. Look at Reba Jr. And when I say look at Reba Jr., I think a lot of Sutton's ways, frustrations, kicking people when they down stems from issues with her mom. I'm not a therapist. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be, but we all have those knowledge-based facts based off of, we've lived, in our travels of life. We've come across circumstances and situations, and we've been involved in some things. And if I haven't told you, I do have some personal and professional knowledge of these things. Now, again, I ain't no therapist, never claimed to be, and don't want to be, child. Therapist needs a therapist, hell. With all what they got to listen to and decipher and help. But I will tell you this. You can tell, if you know, you can tell when someone's mother was never in the picture, or some type of dysfunction with their mother and some type of dysfunction with their father. Daddy's issues, mommy's issues. Usually we tie it to the opposite, where the guy would have mommy issues and the girl would have daddy issues. But listen, issues is the issue, no matter daddy or mama, and it affects the child and their personal, interpersonal, and professional relationships. Sutton, girl, I hope you're seeing somebody for this, my opinion. But yeah, she ticked off. Jennifer brings her some water. I thought you may need some water, boo. I'm just trying to help. I got you. Even Sutton sees both sides, but she only wants to voice her support for Sutton because that's who she's rolling with. That's not a friend, Jennifer. You got to be honest with your friends. You got to say, Sutton, I'm with you, but I do see both sides. And if you'd like to hear me talk about both sides, let me know. If not, I'm fine with that too. Something to that effect. But don't pretend as though only Sutton has the right to, or you're not right for what you're doing or saying to Sutton. Child, please. Ooh. That's all I got to say. Next, they come back from the boat. They're getting ready for dinner. Bozoma got vendors out there so people can shop. And it's come to find out it's not just them. It's like a crowd of people, whoever's there. But she made sure that vendors were there so at least the ladies can buy some stuff from the locals. That's how you do it. That's how you support business, local business. Because a lot of folks depend on tourism to, feed their families when we go to their luxury villas and carrying on. When I went to Jamaica, there was was it Jamaica? Yeah, it was Jamaica. Every night I was on a resort, so every night you saw the locals selling. I got some stuff. I got some pieces too. Not a whole lot, I'm broke compared to these. I got what I could afford. I had just a little bit of something on me just in case for incidentals. But anyway, yeah, I pay cash. I don't want to keep using my card all over the place. So anywho, I got a couple of pieces, some authentic pieces. I can't wait to go back. It'll be a while because I'm trying to, see how this country's settling in with all these new rules popping up. Anywho, back to the show. So yeah, they're got some vendors going on. Bozoma talking about she got some birthday party shenanigans because it's Erika and Dorit's birthday. I'm not sure if it's the same date or what, but that's neither here nor there. So they're all, getting not getting, but they're all gathering in the same spot before they head off to dinner. Jennifer thinks the attack on Sutton was premeditated due to the fact. Now, actually, this is before they gather because she's talking to Garcelle. Jennifer thinks that the so-called attack on Sutton by Erika and Dorit was premeditated because they both were saying the same thing. Well, if they both felt like Sutton was piling on them in their darkest hour, what does that say about Sutton? It did, and again, Jennifer felt and said in her confessional that she agrees with both sides. She sees truth in both sides. So, hello. Listen, we got to be real here. I understand this is television and we want to make good TV, but it's really good when you say behind Sutton back out loud, at least to somebody else like Garcelle, who may bring it back to Sutton. I see both. I see it for both sides, but I'm going to ride for my friend because, that's who I'm rolling with. Speak your piece, Jennifer. Because Garcelle was like, listen, I ain't going to keep holding Sutton up if she ain't gonna at least have my back on something that we plan. But Jennifer, did you forget that you, Garcelle, and Sutton was maybe 4 episodes ago discussing how y'all were planning on confronting Dorit or backing up Sutton when she had something to say about Dorit? That's premeditated. Yeah, all y'all do it, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, well, at least you do. So what's the doggone girl? Garcelle mentions to Sutton Kyle's non-support. Sutton is hell-bent on not going against Kyle and or Kathy, and Garcelle says for the sake of friendship. Dorit in the after show says for the sake of network. I believe both. Because when you have a lot of money, I see that when people have a lot of money, they tend to want and keep running in specific circles that'll keep them relevant, that'll keep them in the midst of where they want to be. And that's Sutton all day. She weaponized her wealth against Dorit when in an argument when they weren't even talking about wealth. Excuse me? So in a nutshell, when we hear rappers talk about what they got and this, that, and the third, and you can't compete with me because you don't have enough. That's Sutton all that. And we all frown upon that. Like, what does money got to do with the issues y'all talking about? Lowbrow and trifling, but again, when you have money like that, you think like that. Well, not everybody, but Sutton does, obviously, because she's saying it. Stood 10 toes, tried to apologize. What did Dorit say? 6 weeks later, no, that should have been the same day if you thought that you were wrong. But because the cameras is rolling, you want to apologize. Girl, bye. I don't blame Dorit. I don't believe that shit. Girl, anywho. So Garcelle just, is trying to convey to Sutton that you need to either forget about it or talk to Kyle about it. I don't blame her. Jennifer and Garcelle feel ganged upon, but I don't think Sutton was ganged up on. Sutton does because she can't believe someone would talk to her like that. So she blows it into, she makes the mountain out of a molehill about the situation to make herself be the victim. Ain't that something? Ooh, that's a Karen. Don't you think that's a Karen trait? I hate to say that about her, but hell, ain't that what Karens do? Make a mountain out of a molehill, and it really don't amount to nothing in the grand scheme of things. Ain't that nothing? Child, Sutton, the apple don't fall too far. What else happened, child? Ooh. In Kyle's confessional, she believes Erika, but got cold feet telling Sutton, because of kicking folks when they down. Kyle felt the same way. So that's 3 people on this show saying it. But only 2 people got big balls enough to say it on camera. Or at least say it to Sutton's face initially. They ain't holding back because they are 10 toes down. Kyle's tiptoeing, but she's like that in her marriage. That's Kyle's reputation. But here we go. Kyle is a hypocrite too because she wanted people to, voice what's going on with them in previous seasons. But when the spotlight's on her, she wants to play that down so that people don't hold her accountable like she tried to hold other people accountable. Ooh. Child, let me tell you. Moving on. So yeah, they're all gathered in and they're going towards the party. Sutton wasn't there, but we see Sutton meeting them down to the dinner where they're selling things, and she's participating in buying. So she sees Kyle. I think Sutton was talking to Kathy at the time. Anyway, Kathy was just trying to, make her feel better, letting her know she's, appreciated. And Sutton just said, I just want to be left alone. Again, playing victim. I just want to be a Barbie and just, see, that right there tells me that Sutton just wants to be like them, but she can't. So she says her money makes her the star because she can't be herself. And that's somewhat of what Dorit said in the after show talking to Bozoma. Instead of letting herself shine, meaning Sutton, she uses her money to do so. Ooh, I see it. Because I'm serious. After that comment she made about her wallet being bigger and better than Dorit can't compete because Dorit ain't got as much money as her. That left a taste in my mouth, and I don't even know these heifers. Child, I'm just commenting. You know what I'm saying? What else going on, child? Oh yeah, so Kyle came over to see about her. Sutton wanted to know, Kyle, do you feel the same way? Do you have my back? And Kyle was like, I'm just here to check on you. I ain't trying to get in the midst of all that. So in a way, Kyle said, yeah, but I just want you to feel okay. I just want you to, to be all right, yada, yada. So Sutton kind of hears that Kyle feels the same way but I just want Kyle to man up. It's just all these putting on airs and putting on the Ritz and lying and like, y'all too old. Y'all the next eldest group of folks on these housewives shows. I think, well, actually, no. They're neck and neck with OC. At first, before the new crop of NYC girls, the eldest was New York. Now it's a tie between OC and Beverly Hills being the eldest. Oh, Gretchen coming back, y'all, to the OC. I'll be reviewing that too, FYI. Shoot, me and Aaron gonna be reviewing that, child. Can't wait. My girl Gretchen is back. Okay, back to Beverly Hills. I'm getting all excited, carried up. Anywho, what else going on, child? Dinner was awkward because Sutton didn't want to sit with him. She was the last to sit down because she was over there buying stuff and looking for stuff, trying to just not be around them. Dinner was awkward. What was really awkward was them making what is that? Making dang, I can't even think straight. Kyle and Bose. No, excuse me, not Kyle and Bose. Erika and Dorit started mimicking Sutton's country accent. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, y'all can't mimic me, talk about me, and we got beef. Don't make me have to throw this drink on both of y'all because y'all sit next to each other. No, what you ain't gonna see again, Sutton. I know she wants to be the more diplomatic and she wants to be the Barbie and yada yada. And girl, bye. Again, you ain't gonna mimic me. So then she tried to chime in with them, saying I don't talk like that, and in a worse accent of them imitating her. And I'm like, first of all, Sutton should have wore them all the way out, cussing as she got up and left and tipped over their cake into the sand. That would have been perfection. That's all I got to say. So, I want to say F you and your cake and fuck you on your birthday. Child, it would have been, you ain't gonna just, not in my face like that. That was really rude. But it wasn't so derogatory of them mimicking her. But the whole point that they're beefing right now, you can't mimic me just because, not, So the next day, Bozoma and Sutton go make chocolate. Bozoma wants to get to know Sutton a little better and talk to her about things. And I'm like, this is the end of the damn season. You just now getting with y'all just now getting together to get to know each other better. Bozoma. Episode 17 episodes later, months later. I don't know, child. I don't know. But it seems like Bozoma was brought in through Sutton, but at the same time, because Bozoma has been, on Dorit's side for the most part, we haven't seen too much of Bozoma and Sutton, doing things together. Or maybe production just haven't shown it. But again, I want production to be truthful with the stuff because they're having us form a narrative that's probably not even true. And they probably was getting together every week. Who knows? Anyway, Bozoma and Sutton go make chocolate, and then we see Garcelle, Kyle, Jennifer going to the beach, and they're going back. You know how they do a slice over here of and then a slice over here, them talking back and forth. So they do this back and forth stuff. And Kyle says she thinks a lot about not only her perspective, but Sutton's as well. Kyle doesn't feel a divorce is necessary. Girl, what? What? Now, is this filmed out of sequence? Because I'm pretty sure we just got through hearing them talk about Mauricio and Greece. And we heard Mauricio apologize. It was a fake ass apology. Apologizing for, showing his PDA in Greece. And being in public in Malibu, according to Bozoma, confirmed by Kyle that Mauricio was having dinner with some woman who may be the same woman, some type of consistent work he got going on. Anywho, and you still got that tattoo of that woman, that young woman on your body. What? Divorce? What? Isn't necessary? Child, now we got Bozoma asking Sutton about last night. Bozoma says Erika mentioned that whole spill to her on more than one occasion. And then that's when Sutton let Bozoma know that Kyle and Dorit, plus their husbands, had made fun of Erika in her lowest point. But Erika didn't, go off on them. And then that's when production went to work. You know what I'm saying? Showing all of the receipts Sutton was talking about. Sutton says her money may be a problem for Erika and Dorit, considering money is the motive. You know what I'm saying? And money is important in the 90210 of it all. If that's the money, okay, we all hell, they got diamonds in their hands at the beginning as housewives. So it ain't coal, it ain't bronze, hell, it ain't even copper. I think gold is better than diamonds, but anywho, they all have diamonds in their hands. That's a representative of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You got to have paper to be in this group. You got to have paper. And at the beginning of each of their entrance into the show, they have paper. Maybe some people not so much from what somebody else, but they got paper. So in that town of Land of Milk and Honey, money rules. And when they lost it, when Erika lost it the way she lost it, and I guess Sutton is insinuating that Erika is jealous. But that has nothing to Sutton. Stop trying to make excuses. And also fronting off Dorit because she's going through it right now. Stop making excuses for your behavior. How much money you got probably does impact your behavior on these women because you feel superior based off of how much cash you get. But at the same time, all y'all was getting it from somebody else. Ain't like your brain matter conjured up all this money that you get. No, it's just because you was with somebody and you ain't with them no more. So settlement money. I mean, but money nonetheless, right? Oh, Lord have mercy. And also the playback about Sutton, tearing women down. Production played that too. I hope Bozoma saw the previous seasons. We didn't hear that. She didn't allude to it. But I'm pretty sure she saw some previous seasons or episodes. But I really hope that she does a binge moment, or she had done a binge moment and just binge watch all. And I mean from season 1, because you really need to see from season. If you haven't, please binge watch Beverly Hills from season 1. Excelente. Everything that these ladies have been through. But actually let's see, Kyle is the only original on this show. The only original from season 1. So she has a lot to lose, not so much to gain from telling the truth on this show. But anywho, I mean, she dogged out her own sister Kim on this show. Now, child, I think that was season 2. Maybe 3, child. She told all of Kim's business. It was a secret. Not no more. Anyway, Sutton says her money is a problem for Erika and Dorit. Erika and Dorit don't like being called calculating. Child. So it got back to, while they're doing all this, who was Erika having? Erika and Dorit were talking, and it got back to them that they were being I forgot who told them, but anyway, that they're being calculating as far as, that's what it was the night before. Jennifer, when they were meeting up to go to dinner last night, Jennifer made it known. She says, "I'm not speaking for Sutton," and then Garcelle backed her up. Jennifer said, "I'm not speaking for Sutton, but the way she feels is that she was being ganged up on, and that you guys, you meaning Dorit and Erika, were calculating and just getting all of your words together to go at her when you were saying the things that you were saying." And the next day, Erika and Dorit, especially Erika, she said, "I don't like that shit. First of all, it was real. It happened. She not only did it to me and Dorit, she did it to Kyle. And that's how she does. She plays around with this woman, this female soiree type of friendship, whatever. But then she turns around and dogs you out when you're at your lowest. And she doesn't appreciate that. And it just so happens Sutton's being called out on it. We see it. Again, production played it over and over. If you haven't seen it in previous seasons, go back and watch the last 5 seasons. You'll see. That's why I said, sometimes when we have, mommy or daddy issues, we project that onto people. Again, this is my opinion. Child, so carnival night. Everybody getting into their skimpy outfits. Not so many is skimpy. I think the most non-skimpiest outfit was what's her name? Kathy. She had on a robe or a loose dress, and child. And the most skimpiest was Bose. Those. If you don't know, Carnival is very. Here goes that very again. Carnival, you will show everything, and it only covers up the important parts, like areola, crack, most of the crack in the back, and no lips in the front. Everything else is open, and you're in this like wired type of suit. But for the most part, people, I think Bozoma, and then the next most revealing was Erika and Dorit. Everybody else had on some type of one piece shorts, and like I said, Kathy had on a dress to her ankles, child, with the thing, and then they had like these wing type feathers that go from their shoulder off their head dress and everything. So they all look great, actually. What's her name? What's the girl name? Sutton. She was exposed for the most part. Like, oh shoot, Sutton, okay. Child, Sutton. The little legs, child. Anyway, so they go to dinner. And once they sit down, Erika asked, so who said I'm calculating? Was it you, Garcelle? Was it you, Sutton? Because Jennifer said it. Garcelle just appreciated the fact that Erika brought it up. Pussy popping, backpedaling. Girl, you said it. You said it. What is going on? But according to what we know about Garcelle, she probably was done then. But my thing is, if you said it, say it. Y'all too old to be trying to play around like who said that? Question mark, girl. Jennifer doesn't like bringing it up, but I guess maybe because she feels guilty for saying it. Erika asked Sutton earlier, and Sutton wasn't aware of what Jennifer and Garcelle conveyed. That's a lie, because that's how Sutton felt and how she said it to Jennifer and Garcelle. I'm sick of this, and y'all too old. So after all of that, they go party and everything, and they just pretty much try and have a good time for the rest of their trip. Next, we see them back at the Heezy, and we're talking with Erika about Tom being found guilty of 4 counts of wire fraud. And Kyle comes over, and she's just consoling her and just wanting to be there for her and everything. And Erika says, the world is their oyster as 2 soon-to-be single women floating through. I would like to see them take a trip. Just a 2-person trip to do something. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, as they're navigating getting divorced. Now, Erika said they're talking about 80 years. Well, hell, Tom probably don't even have 80 days left of his life. Like, what are they trying to do? Well, he should be in jail. It's other old, decrepit people in prison, state and or federal. What makes him immune? You know what I'm saying? People still burns. People still can't get their treatments. And with all this DEI stuff going on, are they ever going to get it? Child, I mean, they can't force Erika to, because she didn't do it. But, child, I wonder if there's some money buried in the ground somewhere. Unbeknownst to Erika, but beknownst to Tom Girardi. Because, child, listen. Well, they thought, well, probably not, because they do say all criminals are stupid. Anyway, so yeah, in the confessional call again, it's like, I don't know about divorce. I don't know. Girl, what don't you know? We know. So you want to keep listening to the man who keep embarrassing you for the whole wide world to see, and your children crying, and Kathy debating whether or not she's gonna be investigating these heifers every time he pop up with one. Girl, end that misery. End it. But she's a glutton for punishment. I'm trying to tell you, these mental illnesses run this family, and they just pick a new way to be mental. No shade. But girl, stop being a glutton for punishment and get rid of that man. Do what you got to do. Because, girl, you looking like a effing fool right now. That was it for me. I'm done. Season 14, the reunion's coming up next week, y'all. Reunion's coming up next week. I think Monday is part 1 of part 8. However many parts they got. Probably 3. Anyway, so far, this is the longest running season. They're going to have 20 episodes. We ain't seen 20 episodes since, 2021? Child, well, like I said, money is the motive, and this is the franchise where the money's at, where the money reside. That was it. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch you next time. Bye.
Everybody can go themselves. I don't care. All day.